everybody, Trevor here, and it's time for another Kingdom Hearts discussion video. I've been hearing rumors on the internet about a possible full-on remake of the very first Kingdom Hearts game from the PlayStation 2 era, which is one of my all-time favorites from that time along with Crash Twinsanity. And by full-on remake, I meant a remake but with the Kingdom shader graphics replacing the old paintbrush style one from the original. Some people would say yes to it, others would say no. Let's look at the benefits of a possible remake. For one thing, remakes these days help make a ton of money because they help bring back old players like myself for nostalgic reasons, as well as appealing to younger gamers at the same time. Secondly, they can even fix some of the problems like the gameplay mechanics, including the camera movement and stuff. Thirdly, they could update the voice acting for some of the characters like Sora, Riku, Kairi, and of course, Ansem Secret of Darkness, the main antagonist of the first game. Because Billy Zane no longer voices the character, and that Sora sounded way too young in the first game. But that's only because Haley Joel Osment was 14 at the time of recording his lines, which is why he sounded like a 12-year-old. Yeah, puberty can happen in unpredictable ways sometimes. And furthermore, they could even update the old paintbrush style graphics into Kingdom Shader, which was the style they've used in Kingdom Hearts 3, as well as in two other stories in HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue for the PlayStation 4. Those are some of the reasons why some people think Kingdom Hearts 1 deserves a full-on remake. But what do I think of it on the other hand? Well, to be honest, I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this, but I personally don't want a full-on remake of Kingdom Hearts 1 at all for many reasons. For one thing, I thought the old paintbrush style graphics have aged quite well, even for PS2 standards. Secondly, I'm afraid it would take too much time to remake the whole darn thing because a lot of video games, especially these days, take a very long time to make and to start from scratch. And that's another thing. We already have the HD remasters to thank for that. You can currently buy them on the PlayStation 4 as well as on Steam. And chances are, they might re-release them again on the PlayStation 5 just in case some of you guys missed out on it and wanted to give it a chance. In addition, another reason why I don't want a remake of the first game is because of the copyright issues regarding the Tarzan world known as Deep Jungle. In case some of you who have never played the games or are new to my channel, the biggest reason why the Tarzan world only appeared in the first game and never came back was due to copyright issues with Edgar Rice Burroughs Inc., the original owners of the Tarzan books, and it's another reason why it was cut out from Chain of Memories on the Game Boy Advance. If Square Enix are going to remake this game, then they better rebuy the rights to Tarzan instead of either cutting it out entirely or replacing it with another world like the Jungle Book. Now, as much as I love the Jungle Book, and I honestly would love for it to appear as a world in Kingdom Hearts, just not in a remake of some kind, I think it should appear in a brand new installment like Missing Link for instance. And besides, I'd rather have Square Enix focus more on the Lost Master arc rather than remakes for past installments. Speaking of remakes, I can totally understand remaking certain games like the original trilogies of Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon, as well as Final Fantasy VII in general, because those games have respective PS1 graphics that are outdated by today's standards. Not to mention that they even added some gameplay elements to make them better, like adding time trials to Crash Bandicoots 1 and 2, as well as making Coco Bandicoot playable in those games. I can also understand remaking Chain of Memories on the PS2 because, the Game Boy Advance graphics have aged like rotting milk in the fridge. But for Kingdom Hearts 1, on the other hand, I think that game is perfectly fine the way it is. And like I've said, we already have the HD remasters for those types of games. Sure, the graphics are old, and the game itself still has some issues like the camera work and stuff, but it's still an overall great and memorable PlayStation 2 game, even for its time. So, in conclusion, there's no need for a full-on Kingdom Hearts 1 remake on the PlayStation 5 or so. And don't worry, I'm not gonna go call you guys idiots if you disagree with me, because I can understand where you're coming from. Just understand and respect my opinion on why I disagree otherwise. So anyway, those are my reasons why I don't think Kingdom Hearts 1 needs a remake at all. Let me know your thoughts on the subject matter in the comments section below. But remember, no flame wars and no opinion bashing on this channel because I don't want any drama. And I try to be one of the nice guys on YouTube. I will eventually make a top 5 video about certain video games I think deserve a full-on remake in the future, because there are some like Crash Twinsanity I think should be remade on modern consoles, but with better graphics as well as less plot holes and glitches. This is Trevor Davis signing off, and I hope you have an excellent day.